Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. Welcome to St Evenage Town Centre. So today I'm going to visit Lame for the last time. So it's literally the final week before they close down. So they're closing down on Wednesday. I went there last week, there was nothing there. And it was only on their 20% discount. This week, because it's the final week, 50% off everything. So I went in there and I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of Star Wars figures they had. There wasn't many, nothing was on pegs. Most of the aisles are empty, so they'd moved all the Star Wars figures, but they had quite a few. It would appear that a lot of this stuff had just been found in the back of the shop, and they just stuck it out on the shelves. So yeah, 50% off. Let your eyes be a guide. Also some Indiana Jones figures as well, and I've always wanted to pick some of these up. I've only got one from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and these were half price as well. So obviously I got carried away as usual and made one or two purchases. I could have bought more, but I don't think I'll go back to St Evenage. I think I'll leave it there. Wednesday's the last day, but it's sad because it was always a good place. I've got some good stuff there over the years. So what did I actually pick up in Lame's 50% sale? So I knew the 50% sale was coming. When I picked up the Endor bunker for £28.80, which I think is the steal of the year, just a complete bargain. The guy, he told me, he said, look, come back the final week and it will be 50% off. But as you probably saw in the footage, there's not really a lot left. And there were some good bits and pieces in there, but with the 25%, no, sorry, it was 20% initially. There wasn't really much of a reduction in price on the action figures, so I didn't really pick up much more else in there, and I didn't have any of the new stuff. But it did appear that they'd kind of, because everything's now been moved, a lot of the aisles, there's just nothing there at all on the shelves. It did look like they'd kind of found everything in the back of the shop and just kind of stuck it out in front with the 50%. These were all like the battered card backs and things like that. But yeah, I picked up a few bits and pieces. I think I got a little bit carried away, if I'm honest. And it was quite sad, really, to see it like that, because, obviously, Lame will live on in St Evenage at the Roaring Meg inside Sports Direct. It's going to be a smaller shop. But I've got some really good bits and pieces, especially Star Wars figures, in Lame in St Evenage over the years. So it was a bit sad. So it closes on Wednesday. That's the official closing day, but I don't think I'm going to go back. I think this is it for me. And I think I've spent enough money. I didn't realise, even though this was all, 50% off, it wasn't, I still overspent. I think I bought too much stuff as usual. I just got carried away. So let's have a look and see what I actually did pick up in Lame. So, trying to step back from the Black Series. So I picked up Senator Mon Mothma. I love her. I love her from Return of the Jedi. But I think obviously it's a new actress. But I think she was great in Rogue One, and then she came back for Andor as well. And wasn't she? She was in Ahsoka as well. So I do like the character. And yeah, I'm stepping back from he says, stepping back from Black Series, but £15, let your eyes be your guide. So yeah, half price. So £7.50 for Mon Mothma. So I thought, £7.50, I'll have that. But you got to remember, I've never seen this in that particular Lame. So this must have been out the back of the shop for some time. And obviously it's an old Black Series figure because it doesn't have the window. But I thought, why not? I really like the character, and I do love Rogue One and Andor. So yeah, £7.50. I sort of couldn't say no. I ummed and ahed about it, and yeah, I think it was one of the final purchases of the day. So yeah, Mon Mothma, £7.50. Let your eyes be the guide. And then, what else did I pick up? So it's a vintage collection figure. So Morgan Elsbeth. So I did see this in. I saw this in Lehman St Evenage. It says $16.99, and that's one of the things you've got to be careful in game, because sometimes the price is different than it is online. So I remember when I bought the actual bunker, and I asked the guy behind the counter about it before I purchased it, and that's when he told me, because it was a higher price than the £36 which was online, and then he said to me, oh actually it's even lower than that, it's £28.80 because we've got a 20% sale. So you have got to be mindful, so especially if you're buying quite a few figures. So I every single figure I checked with the guy behind the counter first. So yeah, it says $16.99. We all know this is £9. So I nearly bought it for £9 with 20% off, but then she disappeared, and I've already got one of these, but it'd be nice to have one to open. So this was £9, half price. So this was £4.50. So this was £4.50. That is a great price. That is unbelievable. £4.50 for Morgan Elsbeth. So yeah, you've got to be mindful that the price isn't always the price that they're selling it for in store, but also the price might be higher than it is online. So yes, I've got Morgan Elsbeth, and the card, to be fair, is in really good condition. But I've got a really nice one from Great Yarmouth Lane, which I paid £9 for. So yeah, £4.50, bargain, absolute bargain. And I really like Morgan Elsbeth, and I really like Ahsoka, so picked her up as well. So I thought that was a good deal. And then, talking of Andor, picked up Andor. So again, the card's in quite good condition, and it's got that lovely new card. You know, the new image on the back, the same colour as the pill on the front, with a little bit of information about Andor. So I was well happy with that. But I checked this one out. So it said 13, and I think he told me it was. I think he said it was less than that. I think he told me. Did he say it was £11? I do need to. I don't know where the receipt is. I think it was £11. He said, because he checked first. So yeah, £11, and so I got him for £5.50, which I'm sure it was £11. So that was a really good deal as well, because I wanted this figure because I really like Andor. Yeah, and the car's in good condition, so I picked him up. So £5.50, and then I got another one as well. The card's not bad, but it's not in as good condition as the other one there. But yeah, again, that was £11. I'll have to double check, but £11, £5.50. Let your eyes be your guide. So yeah, picked up a couple of Andors as well. So I sort of really, you know, maybe got a little bit carried away. And then I got the armour. So I've been wanting the armourer for some time. I only got one, and I just remembered that I don't actually have a second armourer. Because I remember buying the whole set of the Mandalorian retro collection from Star Action Figures at the time. And then I've kind of over time I've bought a second figure to open, but I never bought the armourer. I didn't even realise that she had gone a soft goods, because I've never opened her up. So I saw this, because I check the Lane website on a regular basis. So I saw this, it popped up. It's really weird. In the last few days, I saw battle droids pop up, vintage collection battle droids. I think they were like £10 or £11. Then they disappeared. But then the armourer turned up, and I know she was being sold. only recently online for £10, and then it went to like, I think it was £6.99 or £7.99. So I actually said to the guy, can you just check this one because I think it's cheaper online. He said no, it's still £10. So I got this for a £5, which is a good price. But when I did go home and check on the Lane website, the armour has just disappeared altogether. So that is that's interesting. Then I got, look, all my bits and pieces. We also got Finn. Now I like The Force Awakens. I thought it was a good movie. I like Finn. I think he was all right, but I don't think. I think by the end of the trilogy, the character just wasn't used. He just wasn't utilised. He was just kind of like an extra, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, I mean, he could have done so much more. But yeah, so he was. I think he was £11 as well. I need to check. So I think he was £5.50. And the card's in pretty decent condition. There's a slight little ding down the corner there, and on the back you've got a little bit of damage. Looks like tape damage on the back there, probably from a security tag maybe. But it's got that nice little information on the back. VC308, same colour as the peel. So I thought I'm having that definitely, because that's a recent figure. And yeah, the only reason I don't buy, he says, I can't stop buying Star Wars figures at the moment. But the reason I don't buy the up-to-date versions is because they are so expensive. So then I managed, at that price, £5.50, I managed to pick up a second one. But I think the one with the tape damage is in better condition, because this has got a few little quite noticeable dings on the side. But the cards are so thick on these, it's so nice. So yeah, so £5.50 I thought was a really, really good price. And then, what else did I buy? What else have I got in there? Right, so Greef. So I've mentioned in previous videos, I don't own a Black Series Greef, which is still online on the Lane website for £3. So I did see him in there when they had their 20% off sale, and I didn't really fancy him. It's the same character as this version of Greef, and then he was sold out. Loads of them in Ollie's when I was in America for $9.99. But yeah, he was £10 when I checked him. I've only got one of these, and he's I bought him full price when all the Mandalorian figures came out first time. So he's currently on display on the wall, on card. But it would be nice to open one of these up because he could go in my Navarro Cantina. So I've got the retro collection one. So yeah, £10. Got him for a £5, and I thought that's not a bad price for a vintage collection figure that I want. Let your eyes be your guide. So yeah, that was a result. I've never seen him in there before, so I think he was probably just sat on a shelf in the back of the shop. And then I saw the Indiana Jones figures. They had quite a few, but these ones were in really good condition. Now, one of the reasons I checked with these was because they say they're $14.99, but on the Lane website they're $9.99, and you can pick them up. I think they're going quite cheap at in-demand toys, like £7-8. So they're all different prices wherever you go. And I know Ollie's in America has started selling them as well. So you know they're coming down in price. But I've only got one. I bought the original Indiana Jones from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Just bought one figure and I've left him on card. But yeah, so this is Salah from The Last Crusade. And he said it is $14.99. So I did think about it. And I thought, well, you know what, it's £7.50. It's a good figure. It's in really good condition. There's no issues with the card whatsoever. And I've always wanted to pick these guys up. So for £7.50, I thought, oh, I'll treat myself. So I'll have that. But one of the things I do notice is that so this is retro. This is like a retro figure, and the card is so nice and thick. And this is the standard made by made by Hasbro. This is the standard that I want the retro collection for Star Wars to be. It needs to be the same as this. Similar to those, I picked up the Marvel figures. Who was it? It was Firestar. You know, the little retro superheroes. I've only got one. I picked up Firestar for £2. This was ages ago, purely because I love Firestar from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. So, you know, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, and that card back was really thick as well. So they need, we know they can do it. So hopefully things will improve in the Star Wars retro collection. So £7.50 for him, and then I also picked up Indy as well. Fantastic condition. Temple of Doom, one of my favourite movies of all time. I saw it in the cinema at Waltham Cross. Absolutely loved it. And I really like the look of the figure as well. And he was £7.50 as well. So I bought those two. They had Marion. Marion was a tenner. The card was all battered. There was a few of them. She was a tenner, so she'd be a fiver. So you'd be buying it to open. And I would like to open these figures up. I don't know if I'm going to keep these on card or not. But Marion looks a bit rubbish, if I'm honest. And I know Marion's supposed to be it's a reissue, but of the original figure, but it didn't look great. So I don't know. Should I go back there and pick Marion up? I don't know. It closes on Wednesday. I don't know. I think I'll just leave it. I think I'll leave it. And then the final figure. Black Series again, and it's Vel from the Andor series. Now I think I love Andor. I think Andor's a great series. I love the character, and I think from what I can see on the image, because there's obviously no window on this version, looks like a good figure. Although it doesn't look much like the actress on the image. So I thought £21, because this was one of my last purchases with Mon Mothma, because I don't really touch the Black Series, he says. But yes, this was £21. So I thought £10.50, that's not a bad price. But then when he checked, he said this is £17. So Vel came to what's that then? 5, 6, 7. Was it £8.50? No, not £8.50. Yeah, £8.50. £8.50. So £8.50 for Vel. That was a better price than I thought. And I think because I like the character so much and I like the series, I thought that wasn't a bad price. So yeah, I'm quite. I've not really looked at these properly because I was a bit blown away. I couldn't believe. From going in there last week where they had nothing and everything was just on a shelf, because they've got rid of a lot of the pegs, to then going in there and there's like one of this, one of that, which is they've obviously just got them out the back. One thing about Veldo, and I remember in the shop, it's as light as a feather, and I don't know, I've got this, I've got a bad feeling that there's absolutely nothing in Vel, but if you look at the tape on the bottom and on the top, it's completely sealed. So, you know, Vel is quite a slim, kind of small framed figure. So yeah, maybe I'm hoping she is in there, but it's as light as anything. Even Mon Mothma had a little bit of weight to it. So yeah, that would be very disappointing if Vel's not actually in there. But all the tapes are sealed on all sides, so yeah, she must be in there. She must be in there. But yeah, that is all my purchases. So yeah, I only popped in there at lunchtime out of curiosity, really. I didn't expect to see all this stuff. But yeah, there's hardly anything left. And there might be a few more bits. I did ask the guy about the lightsabers, because Darth Revan's lightsaber I was interested in, but with the 20% off, I still thought it was, because I don't know, Darth Revan's, the lightsaber looks interesting, and I like the way it changes colour. but with the 20% I weren't really interested. So 50% I would be. So I asked if he had any lightsabers or helmets, because when I bought the Endor bunker, which was weeks ago now, for the 20%, there was loads of Captain Rex helmets. There was loads of stuff in there, but the guy said they'd been boxed up, ready for the new store at Sports Direct. But yeah, so that is my latest Star Wars action figure, well, Indiana Jones as well, haul. Didn't expect to buy anything because I didn't think there'd be anything there, and came away with all this stuff. Really happy to pick up the Armourer though. I know it's been out for ages, but I'll really look forward to opening that up. But that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a very sad, it's a sad day for St Evenage, losing Lane. I mean, it was always a good little store. But yeah, apparently they're pulling the whole building down. I think they're building flats or something. But yeah, it will be reborn in the new Sports Direct at Roaring Meg, which it's only a slightly longer walk from my job, so it'll give me something to do at lunchtime, and hopefully they'll have some new stuff as well. But anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. Also helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.